Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade. Today we're going to be taking a look at a short trade here on the S&P. We have a short trigger at 1905 quarter. We've been talking about this area in the chat room for a decent amount of time now. Seeing the sellers really dominate this level is exactly what we want to see, and I'm looking for them to drive this lower. So 1905 quarter is the entry point. It is a very large stop considering the amount of movement that we're seeing on the S&P. So I have to go in with a relatively small contract size given the stop size. So we're only in 3 contracts here. I'm looking to take off the first contract back down at this 96 3/4 area. Now I'm going to front run that a little bit and go up to, well, right around, let's go to 97.5 should be a logical area. We saw the buyers kind of sweep in there before, so it makes sense to target that. Now, after that one, I'm looking for a relatively decent drop down to get down to that prior low of day at 89, and that's going to be that final objective down here to get that run lower. Now, the way that it's setting up, our initial stop on the setup, 5/4 up to 11, we're looking at a 5 3/4 point stop. That's why we're only in with 3. If we get some continued movement down telling us that we might want to add in or confirming movement, we may take a couple add-ins, but the stop size is so large already that it's going to be difficult. From our entry point to the first target, we're looking at a target of 7 3/4 points, so nice above 1-to-1 on that first target, and we're looking for a huge target down to that prior low of day at 16 points on that final run. So more than enough room for the downside here. Taking 2 contracts off at 97.5, looking for the final target down at 89 1/4. And if we do get some opportunities, I will look to add in, but again, given the stop size, we may not have the option to. So we'll give it a little bit of time here, see if we can get this grind down. This is the area we've been waiting for. Now we just need to see them push down and get that job done. 97.5 is the next target. All right, pushing down into our target here. We tested it, no fill yet. There we get the fill. Beautiful. So now we can lock our stop in to 1 contract, get that move down here, and we'll go to break even. And given the downward momentum we're seeing right now, this is kind of what we wanted to see. So we will be a little bit more aggressive on the stop, go to +1 at 1905. We've been selling pressure ever since we've opened up, and this drive lower definitely going to appeal to a lot of sellers, further continuing this drive down. Now, if we zoom out a little bit, we can see that originally we were actually very bullish on the move. We moved down into this slight little range underneath that prior low of day, and since then we've never looked back, and we've gone all the way up. Now, there is a possible range kind of coming through here, but you can see it doesn't fit very well, and if we draw really wide, we're there at the moment. We're taking our target off regardless there anyway. But seeing this move up, we're breaking underneath any channel pretty much that you can draw. It's looking great. Now we're just looking for that further drive down. Sellers are wholeheartedly dominant in this move. Now we just need to see if they can finish off the job to 89 1/4. So far, we're seeing an absolutely massive amount of selling pressure come in. There hasn't been a single bull candle on this 5-minute chart since 9:30. So the bears are still firmly in control. This is the area of interest that we really want to see break down. This little area below here at around 94 1/4, this was that little bit of a bouncing area. They caught somewhat of a double bottom here, and they kind of ricocheted up. That high was very weak, but we do need to see them stay underneath this level. You'll notice that last candle right here was mostly a doji. It did close bearish, but very, very weakly bearish. So we do need to see them stay underneath 94 1/4. As long as we can stay under that, we should be clear for takeoff to get our target 89 1/4. Our target 89 1/4, we came to 75, so we came 2 ticks away. We can't really lock the stop in very close, but given the amount of strength down here, I don't want to see this candle reverse back up. So I'm going to get aggressive on my stop to 95 3/4 to see if we can get that last drive down. I love the fact that as soon as this current candle opened up, they immediately sold off the open. There's not even a wick on the highs here. So we do know that the bears are heavily interested in this. So I don't want to see them come back. I want to see them go now, get that target filled, and we'll be out of the trade. If they decide to come back, we'll take our stop at 95 3/4, and that's still a massive target if they stop us out. And there we get the target filled. Beautiful pop down. Just ridiculously impressive bearish strength on this move down. There will be assumed profit taking on this test at 1889. You can see it as soon as it tapped it, it ticked through it and immediately started bouncing higher. Not a big surprise there. We took our profit there. I'm sure a lot of other people did too. Overall, $1,575 on the trade and only 3 contracts. So $1,575, $1,250 a tick. That's 126 ticks to the downside. Can't really ask for a much better setup than that. Beautiful move down. Talking about this in the chat room, just seeing the sellers dominate the move, and this is exactly what we were looking for. So if you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com, and as always, we'll catch you next time.